Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Please hit that like button. I'm so hurt behind Bayzoo. I don't know him, but I know he was a cool dude. He was a thoroughbred. He was a real one. I could tell. I know. Man, so they had his funeral today. And I get that because he a Muslim. They don't believe in embalming the body. So you got to be buried within 3 days. Just like the Jewish people, you have to be buried, within the 3 days because they don't believe in embalming the body, you know. And I watched that footage. He ain't stand a chance. And and I feel bad for his girl because I know she blaming herself because he went up there to get the auto parts. He took a Uber to get the get the auto parts. But you know what's so funny to me is he was under federal investigation, which means whoever did this, which I don't know. I was thinking Lil Zay Osama did it, and I still think that. But according to Snitches News, he was saying that them watches wasn't even real. That he got them out the back of Raheem's shop off 63rd, 64th. That they wasn't even real. And he said he's still talking about them watches. They not real. I was like, wow. That just blew me away. And I was like, now I hope he did not have do anything like that to mess up his career. All that he just got signed about to drop a new album over something that ain't even real. Because sometimes you gotta make a choice. You have to weigh your options. Is it even worth it? Especially if they weren't real. That blew me back. Shout out to 21 Savage for sending money to pay for the funeral. That was good. That was cool, for real, for real. I'm gonna try to do 2 videos. I'm tired today. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I want to give me something to drink. I need about two, three, four drinks. For real, for real. So, yeah, I'm just, man, ain't gonna be nobody left. When is the killing gonna stop? Till everybody gone or everybody locked up? Oh, let me see. So rest in peace to Bayzoo. We just gonna go over some videos that I seen. I don't know why I didn't put the 50 Cent videos in here. Bill Gates, genius Freemason. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Dang, I got that many videos in this phone. Okay, and then they got a second footage, so we just gonna show this real quick.
Yo, what's the word, gang? So you got some footage that's
This is
surfacing
Death
right
for the
now. You know
Clock
what I'm saying?
Chaser.
THL Bayzoo. Moments before the shooting, like they out there with the Drake. Y'all get in the comments and let me know. But yeah, it's definitely crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Little village shooting of Bayzoo. You know what I'm saying? So it's going around. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, man. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But yeah, man, he lost his life last night. Well, actually, this morning he was shot. Yesterday, this morning they took him off life support apparently. And yeah, man, the whole community a little shook by it, because Bayzoo, he's affiliated with Lil Durk OTF, far as one of the older members. And Lil Durk been in jail right now, and the feds fighting the case. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on with the OTF camp. We ain't seen several arrests throughout Georgia, through Chicago, through
I just
Indiana,
wanted to get to
Zoo,
the video.
been around 16 months. A lot of people would say, FF, my brother, my dog, talk. You got, no, it's a TV.
Do the yellow count.
Versus I had seen posted go OTF camp. We ain't seen y'all get in the comments, gang. Yeah, man. A lot of people knew
Oh,
Bayzoo
I
for
thought
being in the
he had
camp.
he didn't post it, so I'm gonna delete that because we already know this. This the second footage. This is what I
Yeah,
want to
man.
show.
We're gonna announce tour real soon. This is about to be a movie.
Wow, this is
If
rare
you're interested
people.
in both long and short versions of stories from Chicago, make sure to subscribe to my other channel, Historical Event 36. Go subscribe.
Yeah, man. We're gonna announce tour real soon. This is about to be a movie.
Wow, they weren't paying no
If you're
attention.
interested in
Wrong, bro. Situation. Wrong, bro.
So snitches news said like 6 people had lost they was unalive about them fake watches. Wow.
Every night
the
I
ongoing
take my
mockery of
watches
THF
off
46
before I take
and
my
OTF
chains off.
aimed
You
at
know
Lil
what I'm
Zay
saying? Cause
Osama.
I always
Two
take my
intentions
watches
that
off.
escalated the situation. Amid a robbery, THF Bayzoo was backdoored, leading to his heartbreaking death. If Dirk gets out, Lil Zay them better move righteous. THF Bayzoo was 100% backdoored by someone close, gave his car up to be stalked. I mean, even a YNS with basic IQ can see through the lenses. This was backdoor. They dropped his location. You can tell the way the two killers ran up to him. It was on site. In this story, we are going to share the individual who actually dropped THF Bayzoo location. The fact that they announced they were going to slide and nobody took the warning seriously is mind-boggling. It's like Zoo was loafing so hard, he didn't even notice it was finna be over. He went out like THFTP. He didn't even get to blow his heat or nothing. Whilst THF Bayzoo didn't understand is that it's looked like trigger-happy family. THF met. They matched this time. They too old to be at war with the younger crowd. They don't know. They knew ops never went to school together. Not that it's a war they can't win. You see with '05 Young Melly, some of them went to school together, but these whiners give no damn bit nothing. All they know is to kill and smoke the place.
Facts. And to me, like I said, he was under federal investigation. They probably watched and seen the whole thing. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And so now they coming to get you because the case dropped against Bayzoo. Whatever they was looking for from him. This a damn shame.
Yeah, they say like 33, so I'm down for the trenches, man. They know this. That's how it go. Live by the gun, die by the gun. For sure. I know that already. I ain't saying whatever you got coming, whatever you got coming to you. I swear to God, I tell you, don't be sad. I heard a lot of y'all laugh, but my son, I know it's coming to me. Y'all just gotta get there. You ain't just say something criminal, you know what I'm saying? Jay said those names, I heard a lot. You know that. They know that. I don't know about that. Tell him prove it. Tell him prove it. I know what's coming. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Tell him don't be chasing us. So tell him don't be quiet for me. I swear to God, this nigga do the preaching. Say what? What you say, my boy? I said, tell him so don't be sad for you, right? You live your life. You did what you did. You gotta accept it. I don't even for crying me, bro. Don't cry my feelings. So paint your dreads red. Tell him don't cry. On God, get wild. I need 20 for one, yeah? They knew ops never went to school together. Not that it's a war they can't win. You see with '05 young Melly, some of them went to school together, but these whiners give no damn bit nothing. All they know is to kill and smoke the place. Only the family. OTF is now only the funerals. It's sad, man. This is biggest loss of Lil Durk and Tigger Happy family.
It
THF
is. It is so
462,
sad.
DMG
It
Lil Juice got
is.
killed. Lil Zay Osama and 600 beef, TF taking Lil Zay Osama's watches. It all started with Lil Zay Osama watch imagine. And nobody know if those watches were diamond watches or were not really diamond watches. Fast
Facts.
forward, Lil Zay Osama's best friend DMG Lil Deuce got killed. THF TP got killed by Man Man of Bashville. Then Man Man also got killed by TFH 46. Then Lil Deuce Scoom got killed. Then THF started trolled, and Lil Zay Osama and them guys said that they will get back. I guess TF Bayzoo didn't see it coming. Let me take you back how this beef originated, which ended prolonged until THF Bayzoo met his tragedy. The issue started with Lil Zay Osama's watches. He even made a song about those watches.
Like I said, Snitches News said them watches was fake. And if that is true, this a damn shame that bodies dropped over a fake ass watch, Lil Zay. They coming for that ass. You better stay in Cali.
I'm about to bring that up with your shit, right? Yeah. All right, so look, they be saying that's a THF took your shit, and then they took one of your homies' watches and shit, and that's why you kind of fell out with OTF. I never fell out with OTF. You get what I'm saying? This was the situation. The situation was we had an OTF chat like where we all talking shit. Pull up, yeah, where we pull up the video, each other video shoots and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hit the chat. I'm like, pull up to the video shoot. I'm in the rack. You feel me? Pull up to the video shoot. But like I'm telling you, it was just in this group chat outside of OTF, like these other different blocks. So two niggas from down there, yeah, pulled up to the video shoot. I never had no problem with them, no bad vibes with them. So you know they come to the video shoot, we kicking it. Video shoot over, I leave. I go to my hotel room. Mind you, I get off the liquor, I'm drunk as you feel me? I'm in the hotel room, I go in the room, I fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Every night I take my watches off before I take my chains off. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I always take my watches off and put on the tables. I be sleeping like this, or I use my hands to sleep. You feel me? So I took my watches off, both of them, and put them on the front room table. You feel me? I wake up the next morning, bro, like 7 in the morning, bro. My shit gone. You. Now I'm thinking back on last night. They came in the room and wake me up. Cause we was buying something from them too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So bro, I get them the money for the shit. While I'm kinda like sleep, you know what I'm saying? I get them the money and I fall back to sleep. I wake up, the shit gone from in the front room off the table. I'm flipping the whole room. Trying to see where everything at. Mind you, my cameraman was here and my homie was here. You feel me? But them niggas was so slick. Bro them didn't even see them take it off the table. You get what I'm saying? Bro them probably thinking I still got my watches on or something. So now I'm calling these niggas. They merching on every dead homie in the book that they didn't take it, they didn't got it, they don't know what I'm talking about. I need to check my homies. They probably still, I said, bro, none of my homies would ever play with me, bro. You get what I'm saying? Ever. You know, so now these niggas telling Smirk and them like, on woo woo, we ain't got a merchant on all they dead homies. You feel me? When you merch on your dead homies, you gotta be for real. You can't lie. If you lie, that means you
Facts.
don't care about your niggas. You a piece of shit.
But
Facts.
then it's tough to be a
Facts.
thief
That's a
because all
fact.
the other person has to do is say, put it on your dead homies, and then you either gotta lie or
Yeah.
you gotta disgrace your homies.
So basically, not a real thieves. You get what I'm saying? Not a real thieves. You feel me? And it's like, it's one thing to be gangster, it's another thing to steal. That's why it's kind of like the other shit with Shorty and them. Like, I don't respect shit that, cause I'm a genuine nigga. Every night I take my watches off before I take my chains off. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I always take my watches off it.
He was very upset and angry. His watches stolen, and the beef started. And man of Bashville, and THF TP death, and THF 46 got back for his death. Yeah, man, one of the shooters was from Bashville. He got killed by DODAF. Why they killed TP? But Man was one of the shooters. Also, DOD is clicked up with 600 Blackgate and THF, so DOD killed Man. Then later that same day, Bashville killed a guy from DOD and his sister. I'm talking about Lil Terry and his sister from DR. Before we get the Bayzoo death, I will tie it back to how Lil Zay Osama's watches. DMG Lil Deuce's death is the center of all of it all. Lil Zay Osama been causing a lot of beef lately, and his name's always been in the middle of drill scene. 051 Kiddo was in jail for a while, but then he hopped in the booth and dissed TP when he rapped, "This that caught his act. This that I got TP in my wood. This that I don't sleep. I don't sleep until they all dead." A lot of people were putting TP's death on 051, but it turned out that TP allegedly got killed for Lil Zay's watches. Lil, some dudes from BBC aka Bashville. And after THF TP got killed, Vaughn from BBC posted the watches and said somebody had already died for them. But THF wasn't the only one taking losses.
Wow.
According to rumors, a dude from BBC named Man was one of the shooters on the THF TP hit, and he ended up getting killed while he was in the car with his cousin. It's not clear how it all went down, but Man and his cousin both got shot to death, and rumors are flying that THF killed him to get back for THF TP. BBC also has heavy beef with the set called DOD, though, and some reports say that Man was killed while he was trying to slide on DOD. And THF didn't have anything to do with it. DOD and THF have some ties to each other, though, and nobody really knows who pulled the trigger on Man. Then after Man got killed, a shooter from DOD named Swervo was shot to death while he was sitting in a parked car. Swervo was allegedly get back for Man, but Swervo's sister got caught up in the situation too, and tragically died at the scene, right next to her brother. Some
Damn.
people think BBC took out Swervo, but other reports say it was actually a robbery that went left and didn't have anything to do with the drama sparking up in the streets. Some dudes from THF were allegedly trying to claim Man as their work, but then Lil Zay Osama pretty much confirmed Man killed THF TP and said THF didn't get back when he rapped. Kill your baby mama, and you ain't did nothing to your ops. He got that get back for that watch, and the ops ain't do it, but dissing like they did that, the top. And then in a no-jumper interview, Lil Zay allegedly self-snitched like crazy and said THF TP's homies are the reason he got killed. "We gonna do anything to hurt you. We'll do something to him, knowing he know where you stay. Knowing he know your mama, your OG, your sister, your cousin, your brother, and you will do something to him because you expect him to be like, oh, he ain't gonna do to me, ain't gonna do to the family. I'm trying to catch him. We going to do anything that hurt you." Then Lil Zay's brother, Big Folks from 6300, posted the track where Lil Zay shouted out Man and said, "TP on IG." What makes the
Wow.
whole situation even crazier, though, it's not even a question. These Lil Zay Osama's homies who got TAF Bayzoo, they're connected to Lil Zay Osama. The only way THF could get back is to get Lil Zay Osama to make it even. Man, this whole situation is just heartbreaking. Watching
It
OTF and all
is.
their affiliates fall apart one by one
It
is beyond
is.
sad.
Damn.
It's loyalty, but it also traps people in a deadly silence. It's a code that's taken more lives.
Damn, we is not gonna watch all that. I just wanted to see the second footage. So then that girl, she got killed because they saying she dropped the low. Some of this stuff I'm about to delete. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about. Wait a minute.
Man, it seems like ever since Lil Durk has been locked up in the feds, his closest friends have been left out in the street.
Yeah, we gonna delete that. We gonna delete this one because we already know that. I like hood educated. I'm just gonna play a little bit of this, and I'm gonna get past it.
I almost passed out from a mold reaction in my own basement. My hospital grade HEPA filter was running right next to where the mold. You know, big muscle bound. You know, it's supposed to knock those things down. So here it is. You got somebody like Bayzoo. What Bayzoo? Probably what 5'7", 5'6",
I
probably
thought he was
100 and
taller
some
than that.
pounds. The body can't take that. No, it can't take that. You see? And so, you know, here it is. They saying that this brother was fighting for his life. You know, he went through a couple of surgeries, but then, you know, his body just gave out on him. It couldn't take no more. And that's the cold-blooded part about all of this is this right here, because here it is. This man done survived 35 years.
Facts.
In gangbang years, he probably 60 years old. You know, I
Facts.
mean, I just got to be 100. I'm not trying to be funny, but
Facts.
in
Facts.
gangbang years, this man probably 60 years old in gangbang years, because
Facts.
gangbangers, like I say, they die young, teenagers, early 20s. But he died at 35 years old. He was killed at 35 years old, and don't nobody really know why. There's nobody coming out proclaiming, or you know how the
Well,
gangbangers
we
do.
know
They get
why,
on
so let's
Instagram
go past it.
Village. Their headquarters is a gang called themselves Two Sixes and the Latin Kings. Now, if these Two Sixes and Latin Kings are at war with any black gangs, which some of them are, and which they probably are, then it could have easily went that way. Because here it is.
But that
Black
wasn't a
gangs
fact.
understand. Look, we can't go over there to pick
It wasn't
the
that
point where he
fact.
like, I gotta knock Bayzoo off. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't agree with that right there. But before I depart, allow me to say this right here. I get on this thing right here and I tell you young brothers and I tell you classic brothers all the time. Look, dead or jail. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. And then they say it's because of Lil Deuce.
Well, y'all know the internet strikes again, and hey,
This King
they got
AK
pictures of
47.
dudes. They got people wearing the same clothes as the killers of Bayzoo. So I said, hey man, might as well tell what happened. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I need everybody hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So remember I told y'all in my video earlier before everybody start putting stuff together that it was something that had happened not too long ago. If you need to, just go to my video earlier. I'm still shadow banned, so you might have to manually go and listen.
I was giving y'all little hints, and after I gave y'all the hints, I'm getting messages from Reddit, people that be on Reddit, and I'm getting messages from people that they done put up the killer picture and another dude and all type of stuff going on. See, over there on Reddit, you don't get called the police because don't nobody know who them people is. So in the back of my mind, I said, okay, thanks, because now I could just come out with it.
Right. Let him talk.
THF Bayzoo got killed over watches, bro.
See, that's what I
Because
think
this is how
Little
it
Zay
goes,
got
bro.
something to do. That's what I think too. And if they fake, that's fucked up.
THF Bayzoo is the direct death, is the direct get back and revenge for DMG Lil Deuce. If THF did not kill DMG Lil Deuce, they believe 150% in their heart, mind, body, and soul that they, THF Bayzoo and his people, not saying Zoo, but the people behind Zoo, his hood, killed DMG Lil Deuce. And how these two, because I'm not about to get the name in gangs and nothing, how these two groups end up starting to beef anyway was over some stolen watches. And then after the watches got stole, they got trolled.
Right.
Lil Zay Osama got trolled. He was embarrassed. He got trolled by Mimo 600, but he really got trolled by everybody at THF. And the people who took his watches and jewelry was from THF, but they stole it. Dirt already said he don't have nothing to do with that. That led to a little friction between Zoo and Dirt. So you started to see Zoo do his own thing because Zoo did not understand why is you not taking our side for, and Lil Zay Osama even spoke on this in his interview. So Zoo just started doing his own thing. He went back to his hood. He went back to, because he basically chose THF over OTF. Now, I'm not saying that he wasn't OTF no more, but what I'm saying is he chose his own hood, and wanted to show them loyalty because that started something. So then shooting started to happen. I'm not going to bring up this because I'm not going to connect the dots, but y'all can. Somebody got killed. And when somebody got killed, it was other shootings. Then that led to them coming and killing DMG Lil Deuce. And then from them coming to kill DMG Lil Deuce, which was just last month, I told y'all in the video earlier, they came back and killed THF Bayzoo. All these dudes are going to jail. They all self-snitching. Zoo was shot, and nobody knew he even was shot. And these dudes was posting that he got shot. You talking about this leading breadcrumbs in the trail, but they always get on the bloggers. Then from there, Zoo, from what I'm hearing, because like I told y'all, Zoo Ben was gone. But the family kind of wanted to mourn, and they didn't want to mourn with, the family and friends didn't really want to mourn with, the world. And then, when the hospital, pronounced them, they still kept it quiet. And then I was told, like, around 9, 10, or 11, that, people was going to start coming out with their condolences. And y'all got to follow me on Instagram, too, because y'all missed all this if y'all don't. King __AK__47 is my name on here, just with 2 underscores in between the King, AK, and the 47. And then that's exactly what happened. I don't think this is going to be the last body behind this, because these are 2 gangs that are very petty, and they are very tick for tatful. And it's not going to end until Chicago Police Department come get them, because they are allowing Chicago Police Department to come get them because they're snitching on themselves, bro.
Right. That part.
They just snitching on themselves, and they don't have nobody to blame. You can't blame them people over there already, man. Y'all making posts and shit, man. Y'all doing drills in the same clothes that because DOG Lil Deuce and THF Bayzoo both got killed the same exact way. They were not followed. They were seen. Somebody dropped Zoo location. Somebody seen Zoo and called them, and they pulled up and knew exactly where he was, hopped out, and killed that man. It's the same way how Lil Deuce got killed. He wasn't followed or nothing. They was driving. They seen Lil Deuce. They
Yeah.
shot from the car. But these dudes,
Yep. And that girl got killed, Ari. And she could rap. She was talented. She ended up getting killed. Why? Dropping the location. Okay, I'm gonna delete this video. It's an old video.
you man, tell your people you had your shit, bro. You just had your shit in the wire. Your shit was in the wire. My double wood wire. On never had wires in my jaw. So what was wrong with your jaw? Your jaw wasn't broke? I never had wires in my jaw. Was your jaw broke? Nigga, my shit was broke. I never had wires though. Cause you run your mouth, nigga, and the nigga broke that jaw cause you a pussy. Stop that, man. You was just in the for $75,000 bond, bro. You just be counting about $75,000 bond, bro. This deal come on doing this? This deal what you come on doing? $75,000 bond, bro. Pop down. You saying who running? Man, you ain't gonna shoot no back. You still doing? That what you think? You, man. Tell your people you just had your shit, bro. You just had your shit on fire.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, they gonna be tracked by the feds, but then I got. Oh yeah, I got her. I got her. I got her. But what is this one? I got this one.
You, man. Tell your people you just had your shit, bro. Hey, it's a real deal. I ain't on no trolls, been no goofy shit.
Damn, why did not come up? This Goon City. I like Goon City. I do. I like Goon City.
Yo. What it is, man. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying your Monday morning and starting it off positive, man. Because lately this weekend we have some shocking, unrealistic news of one of our favorite artists, one of our favorite characters of Chirac, known as THF, putting it on your social media. And then the following week, a flashbang goes off in your face and your face to the ground in the parking lot, gasping for your last breath of air, man, before leaving this world.
Damn.
Even your loved ones. And unfortunately, it's sad because Bayzoo did have a family. He did have kids. He has a daughter and such on. Um,
He got
so,
5 kids.
and prayers and sincerity. Hopefully they can get a little peace after this horrific news that came through this weekend for them. So anyways, let's get to it. So, like I said, THF Bayzoo was an auto part man. Pit was found abandoned at the airport.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let me go.
So, right now the feds are picking up this case, man. They're
Yeah,
picking up
they are.
because
Cause
we know THF Bayzoo had already been under investigation from the
facts.
feds. We know that. He had multiple charges and such on, man. So the feds were already on him. And now that, THS Bayzoo was murdered in daylight at a parking store in public on video, the feds are picking up this case, man.
Hell
So
yeah, they
they
picking it
will
up.
be hunting down resources and suspects, man. So that's what I got right now. Also, they're saying the vehicle that was used in this hit was found abandoned at the airport. Someone parked it, left it there, and took off, man. So they found the car abandoned hours later. Um, that is crazy. We have a lot of YouTube detectives right now, a lot of Instagram Chiracology, a lot of Reddit detectives putting pieces together, going through their usual suspects, outfits, pictures,
Right, and
scans,
that's
the shoe.
crazy. They say he had on the same outfit. I was like, that was dumb as hell. I won't delete that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But this is the girl that got deleted. Um,
A
they say
woman is
she
in
dropped the
critical
low.
condition after being shot in West Chatham this afternoon. CBS Skywatch was over the scene at 76th and Vincennes about 45 minutes ago. Police say the 26-year-old woman was sitting in her car when someone ran up and started shooting. No one is in custody.
This is Hooker Anonymous.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but keep in mind it's the ending of October. You would think we would see all of what's going on transpire during the summertime, but it seemed like a domino effect has been taking place where one body drops and another shortly follows. Whether it's get back or retaliation for people who assume people had involvement in something, but who knows? But one thing we could all agree with is it's getting out of hand. You got guys who we assume escaped the drill era actually getting unalive, and then you have kids as young as 16 getting unalive, and then you have females also included in that mix. And all of this is happening all while guys are trolling each other in social media posts and or music videos
She
and
was a
song
pretty
lyrics.
girl.
With all that being said, we have a female rapper from Chicago by the name of G. Ari who have been shot and unalive. G. Ari, who was also the baby mother of another Chicago drill rapper by the name of 757BA, who is currently incarcerated. The sad part of that situation is one parent is gone and the other parent is behind bars. This is the reality of most of the kids growing up in Chicago, where either a parent is not around due to a bunch of time being done in jail, or they're in the grave. Can you imagine being him as he's incarcerated and have to hear the news that his children's mother is no longer here? Just the thought of that is crazy, but it's another rabbit hole to go down when it comes to her losing her life and saying she was involved in another situation. Giari will be accused of getting into street business, the same business that she alludes to in her music, as she will be accused of having involvement in the unalivement of THF 46 member Bayzoo. Now, as y'all know, Bayzoo was shot and unalived over the weekend as he was leaving an auto parts
Let
store on
me
the
get
west
my
side of
food.
Chicago. He was walking back to his vehicle when two suspects ran up and shot him multiple times, leaving over 20 shell casings from different caliber weapons on the scene. Now, it wasn't clear at first, but it said that he was taken to the hospital fighting for his life. When the news first spread, close family members stated that he was okay and he wasn't deceased. But come to find out a day later, that news would quickly change because it'll be hinted by Bayzoo's wife and others close to him that Bayzoo did in fact lose his life. CPD hasn't named any suspects within the shootings, but as y'all
Yep. So they saying she the one that dropped the low. I love the family.
757 mean for everybody don't know. Alright. Just
I see the flex, y'all.
The multiple shooting happened last night at 37th Place in Michigan, just blocks from Chicago Police headquarters.
A man is now in custody nearly 7 years after a deadly shooting at a barbecue in Chicago's Bronzeville
This her
neighborhood.
baby
Police arrested
daddy.
Antonio Dickerson at his home in South Suburban Alsip. He's charged with murder, 6 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and 6 counts of aggravated battery. Police say Dickerson was a part of the fatal shooting of a 28-year-old man back in August of 2017. 6 others were wounded in the shooting at 37th and Michigan. Police have not revealed a motive.
The biggest, the largest, whatever the fuck I call it, man. And these hoes can't see me, they really wanna be me. And these hoes don't wanna fight me, they really wanna be just like me. For real, for real. The biggest.
Fam, nowadays, especially in Chicago, it's easy to find out who connected to a body drop before authorities even speak on it. That's the reality of this jural culture. It's been going on for damn near a decade now. The moment somebody lose their life, the internet turned into an investigation room. People start naming names, dropping locations, and pointing fingers. Sometimes it's facts, and sometimes it's pure speculation. But then you got situations like the one we covering today, when somebody lose their life in broad daylight less than 24 hours later. After digging, you realize it might be connected to something deeper. And fam, y'all know this the family TV. We're not here to push what ifs. We're here to present the facts, pay respects, and to keep our community updated. And for those who don't know, yesterday we covered a Chicago rapper who was ambushed in the middle of the day, gunned down in the car auto parts parking lot. And for those who need to catch up before watching this story, the link is in the bio. We broke down who he was, his ties to Lord Dirt, and other Chicago figures. Even his stepson demise. A loss that some say sparked a long war between his hood and 051. But fam, what if I told you, not even a 4 day later, another life was taken, this time a young woman, an aspiring rapper, gunned down in front of her own child while driving. Thank God, the child survived. But the deeper you look, the darker it gets. Because her baby father, well, he allegedly another Chicago rapper who was just arrested for a murder that happened 7 years ago. A case where he got arrested back then, but he was released. And for those wondering, it wasn't double jeopardy because he didn't go to trial. But after doing my research, let's just say, his hood, according to public records, which you'll later check out as well, show was closely tied to 051. What makes you wonder, do 2 + 2 = 4? Was she a casualty of the war? Not to mention, I say this out the gate, there's also been rumors about her involvement with THF Bayzoo, which we are also presenting this story. You guys can let me know if the connection is there. But now, the internet buzzing, and people claiming she gave up Zoo location. Retaliation talk everywhere. It's the same never-ending cycle, fam. One body drop leading to another, and another, to a whole neighborhood gets caught up in revenge. Today we go over this story, pay our respects to the victim, break down the connections, who she was, her ties to the streets, and where things stand today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no ain't. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Almost 48 hours ago from me doing this video, reports started surfacing that Chicago rapper THF Zoo was ambushed and killed broad daylight. Who and why still hasn't been presented to the public. But while family and friends was posting THF Zoo, breaking down clips frame by frame, another tragedy unfolded less than a day later. Another inspiring rapper, a young woman who we'll later identify, who witnesses say was killed in gruesome fashion, driving her vehicle with the child in the car. They say her son survived, but she didn't. I later saw on Facebook on a post that someone quoted, someone's daughter just got shot up. Check on your people. At first it seemed like just another senseless Chicago shooting. But when I started doing my research, I found out the story was layered. Turns out the woman who lost her life was connected to a man a lot of people in the city know, 757 Bob. Real
Right.
Antonio Dickerson. Now we got a criminal past and recently got arrested last year for a murder 7 years ago. But before we disclose that, let's talk about who he is and where his neighborhood is and what his name stands for. He got millions of views on YouTube. One track, Dirty Stick, released 4 years ago with 4.5 million views.
We do 2 for 1. Smoke, come get some. High speed, I had lost the Glock, but got another one.
A year ago, before he got arrested for a murder that we'll later elaborate on, he did a No Jumper interview. And he talked about where he's from, where his hood at, and his allies. Being close connected to 051, who we all know from the last story, is allegedly enemies to THF.
Hell yeah, man, I kind of like fell back from this shit. I just on the run for 8 years and shit, you know, so I got fell back from that shit. I kind of gave that like a break, you know, had to focus on myself and know how to run. Cause I just ran for 8 years.
What you was running from? Like, what was the charge?
Pipe K.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
So now it makes sense, because like early on, when we was out there just chopping it up, I was just saying, you was like one of the first I seen really just going out of town. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you been in Cali
Yeah.
for a minute.
I've been
Yeah.
out here for
You gotta
a long
get
time
out the
now.
rat.
For a minute. I've been coming out here fucking around.
Why Cali though? Like, I
don't know, it's just, I ain't gonna lie. Everybody wanna go to Cali, man. We, from the rack, we only see this on TV.
Yeah.
So this some everybody wanted to do, like go see what that about though. I just came down here and I fell in love with that. I've been just around down here.
You You been out here for a minute, yeah. So for everybody who don't know who we got in the building, we got TTB Nez in the building. So what does TTB mean? Like, what's the TTB?
Train to blow.
Train to blow. And
Train to blow.
And that's like y'all rap clip from back in the day. Cause like one thing, you TTB Nez, but I be seeing you with 051 all the time.
Yeah,
so
my
people,
brothers on Jamani, RP Fade, that's my twin.
yeah. So break that down. So like, what's the difference between 051 and TTB? Or is there a difference?
Them two different blocks.
For
Two different
sure.
blocks. I'm from 39th, they from 51st, but they're my brothers on Jamani.
Word. And what does 757 mean for everybody who don't know?
It's just the letters of, it's the last numbers of the hood, like the streets I grew up on, 37, 27, 35th.
Tight shit. So what you and Nez, like, what's the relationship with y'all? Like, how y'all been?
My brother, same thing. I was really, they, it's us, then they over there. So, we used to just be walking across the street.
And that's TTB or Young Money?
Nah, that's TTB.
Alright, for sure.
Yeah, they close to us, though.
Yeah, we closer to them.
They look badass. Used to be on the block.
I'm gonna go past this interview.
Neighborhood. The multiple shooting happened last night at 37th Place in Michigan, just blocks from Chicago Police Headquarters. Eyewitness News reporter Evelyn Holmes live at Inglewood, where a basketball tournament is expected to get underway. Evelyn?
Yes, well, a battle of the blocks is set to get underway this afternoon as the violence folks try to stop the violence. They're doing what they can to try to come together to keep neighborhoods safe. Now, the third day of this tournament comes just about a few hours after 7 people are shot on another neighborhood on the south side. The relatives of Alfred Mitchell Jr. say they can't believe he's gone after the 28-year-old father becomes one of 7 people shot on Chicago's south side.
He was very friendly, outgoing. He laughed. We spoke about old times and everything. He wasn't a bad person.
The attack happened as Mitchell, whose friends called him AJ, attended a barbecue near 37th Place and Michigan Avenue Tuesday night. Witnesses say it was around 10:30 when 2 gunmen opened fire on the group, killing the victim and leaving 5 women and another man among the wounded.
Damn.
The mass shooting happened 2 blocks from the Chicago Police Department's headquarters and comes after Chicago Police reported 74 homicides in the city during the month of July. For the first time, youth peacemakers of Chicago hosted their Community Peace Carnival at St. Sabina Catholic Church in the city's Auburn Gresham neighborhood. Father Michael Flager was in attendance for the event, which hopes to provide a safe and fun place for kids in a neighborhood that has seen its share of violence.
Violence in our city is a real issue, and we have to address it together as one city.
Meanwhile, over in Inglewood, the community is using basketball as a way to try to stop the violence. The Battle of the Blocks Peace Tournament, sponsored by the New Canaan Land Baptist Church, is a single elimination tournament that hopes to stop the violence by getting guys from different blocks to play together.
It's all about positivity. You got kids out here, it's basketball, good food, good fun. So
Why not, stop everybody from all the killing and stuff, maybe come together.
And as communities and neighborhood groups continue to call for the violence to end, detectives are still trying to determine who was the intended target of the shooting that claimed the life of Alfred Mitchell. This as a family and friends struggle with their grief.
What is it going to take for something to happen to where the violence stops?
Well, we're told by investigators continuing to look into that shooting that so far no one's in custody and no arrests have been made. Back here in Inglewood, what we are seeing as folks beginning to arrive for this tournament will last through Saturday. That's when they'll have the championship game, and their winner will have bragging rights. Reporting live from Chicago's South Side, Evelyn Holmes, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
It was mentioned 757 Bob was arrested but was released for this murder back in 2017. But 7 years later, in 2024, early 2024, he would get arrested for it. By this time, speaking of 2024, he was 24 years old and he had a baby by a woman who was an aspiring rapper trying to pick up where her baby father had left off. Her name was Ariana, aka G.R. 13 days ago, she debuted her song, We Want All the Smoke. Check out some lyrics.
Stop it, freedom killers for real, cause they wanna fuck, we work like cut out stops. Bro, so crazy, he a pop out and really chase his ass. That's my mama's son, the bad one, he sweet, we bake his ass. Gangsters only live on.
But then just 12 days later, on October 27, 2025, at around 4:48 p.m., at 76 St. Vincent's, Ariana was reportedly sitting in her car at a traffic light when another vehicle had pulled alongside her and fired multiple shots before firing away. Shortly after, CPD arrived at the scene and saw Ariana suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where she was pronounced deceased. May she rest in peace and love condolences to her family. Area detectives were investigating. Still is. They say it's a homicide, but no arrest has been made. Police asking anyone with information to contact authorities. And shortly after, the internet went into a frenzy. Because then people started to put out she allegedly gave up THF Bayzoo location.
Yep.
As of now, that hasn't been
Yep.
confirmed, but it sure does have some connections. At the end of the day, fam, this right here shows how deep the cycle really runs in Chicago. You got two people gone within 24 hours, both connected to the streets.
Yeah.
One chasing music, both trying to find a way out. But the same pain keeps spinning back around. And it show you time after time. Sometimes, no matter who you are, you can be a casualty of this war. But being a woman in men business or being a man in women business, it just don't mix. And you gonna find yourself in a situation you wish you hadn't been in. You can't even make it a week without saying somebody's name.
That's a fact. I love the family. He do some good videos. Okay, we just gonna get on to his funeral today. I'm getting ready to delete that. We just gonna get into his funeral. This is Goon City.
THF Bayzoo officially is being laid to rest today at his funeral, man. So today we got all the members, family, THF, all the close OTF members. Such all, man, they all getting united to show their last homage, respect, memories, this memorial ceremony, man, of laying down THF Bayzoo to rest, man, and celebrating his life and his friendship and whatever he brought to people's lives and changes that he made for such on. So, rest in peace to THF Bayzoo. My condolences to all the family, friends, and community that was affected by his loss. Y'all already know, man. We're gonna continue to give the fans some information on THF Bayzoo's case.
Hey, long D, still get it. That shit changed. Y'all know how we coming for what, bitch? Huh? Hey, long D, still get it. All retarded motherfuckers, crazy crew. You know how we coming. That shit changed. Y'all know how we coming for what, bitch? Huh? Hey, long D, still get it. All retarded motherfuckers, crazy crew. You know how we coming.
Wow.
To THF Bayzoo, man. So I wanted to also answer people's question. They're like, dang, why so fast? How so fast? I mean, he was just shot on Saturday morning and Birdie Tuesday. He's already getting, buried. Well, THF Bayzoo, religious, is Muslim.
Yeah.
And I heard, they usually, when they have a funeral, it's usually within 24 to 72 hours at most after the incident, or after someone passes on, they usually have buried them in 24 to 72 hours. So the Muslim community is a little.
It's because they don't believe in being embalmed. And so before the body begins to rigor mortis and begins to deteriorate and start smelling bad, you have to be buried by 3 days because they don't believe in embalming. That's why. Because he is a Muslim. Oh, Barney was there,
Quick one
duty
to put
law.
out there, man, to let everyone know, that's it, THF Bayzoo.
Oh no, I won't talk about that.
You want to support me? Go to
This is Stitches News. Stitches News, I'm sorry.
Shout out to OG, oh my mom. Smash that like button. All right, y'all. Sorry, somebody. Y'all won't even pitch in for y'all own homies, man. So I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Let the man rest in peace. All y'all do is troll somebody until all y'all get folded up. All y'all gonna get caught, bro. Or whoever bragging about Zoo or whoever Zoo was bragging about, bro, he got caught. Y'all gonna be the next ones, man. So just stop it, bro. Y'all mama's gonna have to go through it. Your family gonna have to go through it because they ain't sliders. So they gonna have to listen to everybody troll you. So Bayzoo was laid to rest, man. You know, everybody then spoke up about it. You got Moowop, you got Chief Wook, you got all the stars, 42 Doug. Everybody showed them love. Billionaire Black, everybody showed them love, man. Even though they was into it, bro. Like, once you die, bro, it shouldn't be no trolling, man. But, you know, the lanes gonna troll, man, until they gone, bro. It be more people that trolling that ain't gonna do shit in the
Right.
streets, you know.
Right.
So, Bayzoo has been laid to rest. Now, you know, with this Ari girl, I'm hearing that a guy she was going to get some weed from a guy, and he served her the weed and got out of the car, and the killers they ain't see her the dude get out the car, and they sprayed her car. Now I don't know if this has something to do with Zoo or I don't know none of that, but all I know is, man, that don't be killing nobody innocent, man, because you think they was with somebody or you seen them in a picture. Y'all just deleting people, bro. Y'all playing God, man. That's why y'all ain't got no luck. You know, but rest in peace to Ari too. You know, rest in peace to everybody who died, man. Duck, Vaughn, T-Roy, everybody, man. Lil B, they dead now. You know, they paid for their sins. They gone. You know, so that's what we got on Bayzoo, man. He has been laid to rest. You know, condolences to it, man. The streets took them, man. All right, y'all. So next story we talking about is Lil Durk. Hey, look, first of all, don't come under my page talking about some one paragraph that y'all read that they ain't using Lil Durk iCloud. Because after that, they said that they got Lil Durk on somebody else iCloud. They got him on burner phones.
They do. Mm. Okay, this is the last video. This is D's Media.
Subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're going to talk about THF Bayzoo was just laid to rest. Let's jump straight into it.
Tell them don't be chasing us. Go tell them your wife, baby. Go. I swear to God, I'm sick of the grease. Huh? Say what? What you say, my boy? I said, tell them so don't be sad for you, right? You live your life. You did what you did. You gotta accept it. I don't want no more crying for me, bro. Don't cry my feelings. Change your dreams, red. Tell them don't cry. On God, get wild. I need 20 for 1, yeah? 20 for 1? Why I'm up 25 3?
Damn. Damn, Bayzoo. Wow. Gone. Damn, Bayzoo.
My condolences go out to Bayzoo, family, friends, loved ones, anybody that's suffering from his loss. I knew Bayzoo was immediately going to get buried because if you follow the Muslim religion, you know, you have up to 24 hours to get buried. For those that don't know, Zoo passed away a Muslim. It's sad as ever what happened to Zoo, but if you go listen to Zoo interviews, he already said don't feel sorry for him if he passed away. He know what he signed up for. He knew what came with them streets. But this just goes to show you, man, that when Lil Durk went away, he was a main factor and a main piece to a lot of people being safe and a lot of people being alive. After Lil Durk got locked up, it just seemed like a domino effect. So that goes to show you how much Durk really meant to a lot of them dudes. I knew when Smurf got locked up, I said a lot of them dudes about to have to go back to Chicago and whatever they was doing before they got with Durk or whatever they was doing before they moved, they more than likely gonna get right back on that. Zoo knew exactly what comes with being in those streets. When you in those streets like how that man was, you gotta keep it on you at all times. You gotta keep dudes ready at all times. I don't care if you buying a car part. I don't care if you trying to go grocery shopping. I don't care what you doing. Once you step in them streets, you have to keep it on you. And it looked like from that video, Zoo was not prepared at all. He was not ready. And that's rule number 1 that will always cost you your life in them streets. But that split second, if you ain't ready, it can cost you your life. When you in them streets, you lose your innocence as being a civilian. I'ma say it again.
Yep.
Once you in them streets, you lose your innocence from being a civilian.
Facts.
I don't care if you put weekend or work in 10 years ago. Once you lay that belt, once you do certain things in the street, there's no turning around. It don't
Facts.
matter if you give your life to Allah. It don't matter if you praying 7, 8 times a day. It don't matter if you don't want to live that life no more. When you cause damage and destruction to families, believe me that karma will catch up to you, man. It's sad as ever, and I don't want to go too hard on Zoo because I know his family mourning, but it is what it is. Anybody.
Right, but like he said, he know what he signed for. He would, hey, he knew what he signed on. Rest in peace, Bayzoo. Rest in peace. Like, share, subscribe. I'm coming back to talk about